here comes another exciting episode of Top Hat Gaming.
Okay, so some of you probably know that my video yesterday had a bunch of problems with the mic. I'm going to give my computer a break from filming for a while, so I'll just be filming on here. And to keep the pattern, even though I did Last of Us video last time, I'll do another Last of Us video tomorrow, just to keep with the pattern. So, sorry for not having a Batman video for a while, but the day after that, I'll get another one. Today I'll be talking about because I've been playing it a lot again recently, because Pokemon Go is kind of coming back. It's getting a bunch of fans again. Because if you remember last year, last summer, Pokemon Go was huge. Everyone was playing it. It was one of the biggest games last year. It literally won a Game Awards Best Mobile Game of the Year. But I think there are some improvements that need to be made, so I'm going to be talking about my ideas for it. My first idea, I need to... Oh, by the way, I got hired at Hy-Vee. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. I haven't worked yet because they were planning a training day, but, you know, that's fine. First, my idea are that the actual teams should have differences. Right now, the only differences are that the mascots and the stereotypes. Stereotypes are that Valor is brave and super into battling, Mystic is smart and uptight, and then Instinct is dumb. It's not true, but that's like the stereotype for Instinct players, that they're dumb. And then, of course, because of that, Valor and Mystic are like the main battlers. And Instinct are just kind of a third party. First of all, I think that once you get to a certain level, each person should get their mascot. Like maybe when you get to like level 30 or something, Valor players would get Moltres, because that's their mascot. Articuno for Mystic, and then Zapdos for Instinct. I'm sorry, I forgot their name. And then, of course, they can also be catchable in other ways. As you know, they added raid battles recently. So that's kind of how we get legendaries, but I think there should be events like that. Just make sure that other players can get them too that aren't on the team. I also think that they should add certain bonuses to each type of player, because, I mean, it mentions that Instinct players, like, their main goal is, like, finding out about eggs and stuff, and about, like, Pokemon being born. So I think that they should have more EXP and candy from eggs, and they should only have to walk half as much for each egg. So the 2 kilometer egg would be 1, 5 kilometers would be 2.5, and then 10 would be 5. And then higher, more powerful Pokemon from eggs. And then because of Valor being all about battling, they would have higher catch rates, higher candy from and EXP from each Pokemon caught. Their Pokemon would be more powerful, but I mean, of course, no matter what, it'd just be starting off more powerful. No matter what, their max power is the same, because it would be unfair. And then probably give Team Valor better winnings for, like, stuff. Don't give them an advantage in battle. That wouldn't be fair. You want things to be equal, but just get so they win slightly more stuff. And I think Mystic should have wider range. They can see Pokemon from way farther away. They can click on Pokestop stuff way farther away. That'd make them really good in a road trip, because they have more time to grab a Pokestop if they're driving by it, which is one of the main, like, things you do on a road trip if you're a Pokemon Go player. Also, probably just more items and better items from places. Now, that's my idea for the differences. Let's get on to new buildings. As you know, they added it so Pokestops gyms have Pokestops in them now. You can go to gyms to, basically, it's like you compete to own the gym. Whatever team wins the most gets to own that gym, and then you can kick other Pokemon out and take over the gym. Gyms are repeatedly taken out by different members. I think they should have... Well, one, I want to say once you get to a certain level, I think you should be able to put a Pokestop wherever you want. 1 Pokestop per player. And then once you get to a certain level, that should also turn into a gym. And it also have a Pokestop in it. Now, the difference would be, instead, you get to create... For the gym that you make, you get to create your own gym badge. And it would be more a traditional Pokemon gym, where it would be, you just put your 6 best Pokemon there. Of course, you need to use them while they're in there, but you can get them out and replace them anytime. And players have to challenge it and beat it to get your badge. Every time a player beats it, they get a ton of EXP and your badge, and then you get a ton of EXP and stuff just for them trying it. Also, you probably get some bonuses if people using the Pokestops by your house, too. I mean, we'll assume you put your Pokestop by your house, so you get to make your own. I would, of course, do a Top Hat gym. And that would be my badge, the Top Hat, and then I would use my 6 best Pokemon. And then I'd have dialogue. Assuming you could add dialogue, I'd have dialogue saying, like probably just typical gym stuff, but then also telling people to subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'm that much of a sellout. And I also think they should have Poke Centers where you can heal your Pokemon for a small price. Also, I think if you beat the gym at some like custom player gym, then it should turn to a regular gym for you. So if someone were to beat my gym, then for them it would just show up at the regular gym, and they'd be able to just put their Pokemon there, and people would be competing again and stuff. So after they beat it, they basically unlock it to turn into a regular gym, and then they just level up the badge they got from it and stuff. Anyway, by the same way you level it up from other gyms. Anyway, the Poke Center, you can heal Pokemon at it for a small price and probably only like a certain amount a day with it. If you have more, it saves the actual Poke Center, so if you heal at that one, you can heal at another still. It doesn't matter. And then also Pokestop will be added to that. And also, I think once you get to a certain level, your Pokestop that you have your custom one should be added. Should have Poke Center added where you can get in for cheaper, but anyone else can still use it, but you can get in for cheaper. And then also Poke Stores, which would also have Pokestop added onto them, which would have items you can buy, and they'd be different prices and different items than are at the shops. They're at like the in-game shop, and of course you'd be able to add that to your let's say your base. That's where your custom Pokestop is and stuff. You'd be able to add that to that, and players would buy from it. And again, anything they use at your stop, you would get EXP for. So okay. Let's just say you cannot use your own shop, but other players can buy stuff from your shop to give you money. You don't have to stock or anything; it just automatically restocks. So you get money from that, but you probably wouldn't use your own shop, and if you did, you wouldn't get money from it. You just spend the money. And then I think they should add nurseries, or is that what they were called? Nurseries? Doesn't matter. It's a place where you can put a few Pokemon and they can level up in the actual games and breed for eggs. I think they should change it so that it just earns random candy if they're in there. You can place them in for a small price. Anyone can put in one Pokemon, and if there are multiple, because it won't show you what other Pokemon are in there. And this is talking about the Pokemon Go edition. If you put one in there, you can retrieve it whenever you want, and if there are other Pokemon in there that could have breeded with it, then you and that person who had the other Pokemon will both get eggs, and you won't know what's inside the eggs, either your Pokemon or theirs, the baby edition of it, because of course Pokemon can breed with different species. So you get a surprise and get some candy from that, and I think that if you're the owner of it, again, all these places should be randomly spread around, like the Pokestops and stuff. I just think that you should be able to have one at your base. When they add the bases, I don't think they will ever add them, but that's just an idea I had. And you'll probably get more candy from having something at your base. You should get a bonus from your base. And then Safari Zones is my last item thing. You can pay, and it will give you a set of Safari Balls in a certain amount of time, and just rare Pokemon will appear, and you can only catch them during that time. And again, you can add one to your base to get a small price off, or maybe more Pokeballs or better chances. I believe that's all I have for places left. I also think maybe after you get to a really high level, you would make a second base. And no matter where you are, you can collect money from it. So if I have one at my house and I move out when I go to college, I'll still get money and stuff from it. Also, maybe if they sell something to your shop, instead of it taking money from you, it should just give you the item that they sold, so you can get a free item too. It's a good idea. Also, the Pokestop part of it would give you more items if you own it, or better items, or whatever. I don't know. Next, it's about items. I think they should add crafting. Like if I add just to save storage, I think if I have a revive and a max potion, I have to put them together to get a max revive. They should have like tracking devices, so that way you can craft that with any Pokeball and it'll make it into a homing edition of that Pokeball, so it can always land. Mix berries together to be able to make different types of potions, not potions. Well, actually, yeah, I guess you can turn potions, but they can also just have the effects of both berries. And last but not least, I think they should add Well, of course, there's a lot of other things they need to add, but last for items, they need to add fishing rods, different types of fishing rods. You can carry them and if you carry them to a beach or anything like that, you can just automatically get a water type Pokemon with a lot of candy. It depends on what rod you used and what level you are and stuff. Now, on to my next thing. Of course, they need to add battling between players, not gyms, just to be able to go up to someone and battle with them. Trading, of course. And then the other generations, I'm assuming they add them in order. So we just got Generation 2, so I'm assuming we're in Gen 3. I'm excited for Gen 4. That's my favorite generation, but it's going to be like a year till we get that, I would assume, because we don't have Gen 3 yet. And then, of course, Gen 5, Gen 6, Gen 7, and then maybe Gen 8 will exist by then, because the current gen is Gen 7, being Sun and Moon. I think they should... So those are just the basics everyone wants. I think they should add more customization. I think it'd be cool to dress up as other video game characters, like Link and stuff. I think they should add more things you can do with your Pokemon, because I think you should be able to, if your buddy Pokemon, the one that you carry with you, I think they should have certain effects other than just getting Pokeball from it. Like, for instance, some Fire-type Pokemon in the main games, if you're walking with them, double the speed that eggs will hatch, because it will, like, warm the egg, which is good for it. So I think it should double, like, your points towards walking for eggs if you have certain fire types. I also think certain water types and certain other types of Pokemon should increase the chance of other types appearing. And then also HMs. I don't want them added, but I want them to do something like them. For those who don't know, HMs in the actual game, pretend you get an HM called Rock Smash. You can smash certain types of rocks and either clear a path, find a Pokemon, or get some coins. They should do that. Should have, if a Pokemon is a rock type or a fighting type or anything that should be able to learn Rock Smash, it can use it. If you find a random rock on the road and you get an item, a Pokemon spawns or whatever. Do other things with that too. Maybe have like items floating up that you need a flying type to grab. Maybe even have like whirlpools appear and like if you're near water and have water type Pokemon dive in to grab stuff. Although with that one, it's risky the chance of the Pokemon dying. They should add that. No, they shouldn't. It's too irritating getting rare Pokemon. They can't do that. Also, he had shinies. I'm pretty sure there was shiny Magikarp and Gyarados for a little bit, and if you got it, and it stays. I'm pretty sure other than that, they didn't add other shinies, and he had more. That's all I have for right now. Again, I'll get back to making The Last of Us tomorrow, but I need to do this for my mic. Goodbye.
Hey, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. Check out the next video if you want to. Peace out.